Hi, grade 10s. In this first lesson, I'm going to explain to you, well, we're going to be talking about cell division. There's two types of cell division, and in grade 10, we really only look at the process of mitosis. So let's just open up here. Whoops. Come here. All right. So okay, so this is the PowerPoint that I have on cell division, and you can see it's from pages 52 to 59 in your textbook. Now, recently I came across this little image. Someone sent it to me. Quite clever how they explain cell division. Okay, one cell growing bigger, becoming two cells. Starting to divide to form two cells, and then you've got two daughter cells at the end. And those two daughter cells would be genetically identical to the original, we call the original cell, the parental cell or the mother cell. All right? And these are called daughter cells. And I suppose it's, I often get asked, so why don't they call these son cells? Well, that just sounds a bit odd. And then why don't they call these father cells? Well, okay, I think mother or parental cell is the one that sticks. Okay, so it's more than just that. We're going to look at all the different stages. We're going to see where it fits in the life cycle of both plants and animals as well. All right, so this is a nice diagram to start off with, and it shows the life cycle of a human, not just a human, but any vertebrate, okay, most vertebrates, all right? So if you look here, there are two adults at the top, okay, and the one is the adult male and the one is the adult female. So adults, their cells are said to be diploid. In other words, they've got all the chromosomes. There's two sets of chromosomes. So in humans, there are two sets of 23. So we have got 46 chromosomes or 23 chromosomes, 23 pairs of chromosomes per cell. So whether you're talking about a skin cell, a stomach lining cell, a heart cell, a nerve cell, the cells making up the organs of your body are diploid. They have got two sets of chromosomes, okay? And the same in the male. Right? So even the ovaries and the testes are said to be diploid. They contain two sets of chromosomes. But then when the adults become reproductively mature, or even, from puberty onwards, then in these two organs, these are known as the gonads, Gonads. The gonads are the ovaries in the female and the testes in the male. And the diploid cells in those two structures undergo a specialized type of cell division, which is called meiosis. And meiosis is sometimes known as reduction division. So in other words, the cells, the diploid cells, divide by meiosis to form haploid sex cells or gametes. And in females, they are known as the eggs. And in males, they are known as the sperm cells. And haploid means there's only one set of chromosomes. So in humans, there are 23 chromosomes. Now, this will be different for different organisms. So for example, dogs have got 38 pairs of chromosomes. So they have got 38 times 2, so 76 chromosomes per cell, all right? And therefore their eggs and their sperm will have 38 chromosomes, not 78. All right, so in us, we've got 23 pairs of chromosomes or 46 chromosomes per diploid cell. And then those cells divide by meiosis to form the haploid, egg, and sperm, the gametes, the sex cells, and they only have one set of chromosomes or 23. Then fertilization occurs, all right? Fertilization is when the sperm cell fuses with the egg cell, and then you end up with a single cell called a zygote. That cell is now diploid, all right? It's got both sets of chromosomes. One set is paternal in origin. Paternal means coming from the father in the sperm, and the other one is maternal in origin, coming from the mother in the egg. So 23 chromosomes from each gamete have now become are found in the nucleus of the zygote. So there are 23 pairs of chromosomes in the diploid zygote. So that's a single cell. Now, how does that single zygote cell grow to become a little embryo? So it divides to form two cells. Then two cells, each cell divides to form 4. Then each of those cells divides, you end up with 8 and 16 and so on and so on. So you end up with a little embryo where all the cells are the same and they all are diploid. Now, how does that happen? It happens by a cell division known as mitosis. Mitosis allows for growth of the organism. So a single zygote cell divided to form two cells. The zygote is no longer there. It now consists of a very early embryonic stage with two cells. Then they each divide and you end up with a four-celled embryo. All right, and so on and so on. Cells become new cells. So if you remember back to that video, the BBC history of microscopy, they used to think that cells arose spontaneously. No, the single cell, the zygote cell, divides to form two. Then each of those divide to form two, and so on and so on and so on. All right? So that little embryo, well, it's got chromosomes in it. It's got 23 pairs of chromosomes in the case of humans, and the sex chromosomes, the X and the Y chromosomes, will determine whether this organism is now going to be male or female. So if it's female, then it becomes an adult female. If that little embryo has got the X and Y chromosomes, it will become an adult male. For females, you know, we talk about this in matric, there are 2 X chromosomes per cell, resulting in an adult female. So what happens now? Right, so that bundle of cells, that is the embryo. All of the cells look the same, but they all have 23 pairs or 46 chromosomes. Okay? Those cells are destined to become different parts of the organism. So we call that cell differentiation. The cells differentiate. So maybe the cell at the top here differentiates to form a muscle cell. Maybe this one differentiates to form the brain. Maybe the one at the bottom differentiates to form the reproductive organs, whatever, or the skin, or the lungs, or the heart and the kidneys. So the cells become different. They're all diploid. They've all got 46 chromosomes or 23 pairs of chromosomes, but they're going to differentiate. They start looking different, and therefore they specialize. They specialize to have different functions. So muscle cells contract, heart cells as well. It's just a different kind of muscle. Stomach lining cells secrete enzymes. Nerve cells, we'll learn about neurons later on. They are going to conduct nerve impulses. Red blood cells transport oxygen. Okay, so the embryonic cells, which are all the same, they're undifferentiated. They start becoming different types of cells, which will form the different organs of the organism, and therefore those tissues and organs, etc., will have different functions. So it's cell differentiation followed there, and therefore the cells have got specialized functions. So that's when you start seeing the very early fetus, and then the fetus grows and more cells are produced by mitosis, and eventually you get the later stage fetus, and eventually that fetus emerges as the baby, which then grows into a child, an adolescent, and into an adult male or female. All right, so that's where mitosis and meiosis fits into the life cycle of an organism. All right, so here's another diagram that I found. So here we've got the adult male and female. So the cells contain or are diploid because they have 2 sets of chromosomes. 2 times 23 is 46, and even the cells in the ovaries and testes. But those cells, there are specialized cells there that undergo meiosis to form haploid egg and haploid sperm, each with only 1 set of chromosomes. The sex cells or gametes have 1 set of chromosomes. Then when fertilization occurs, you end up with the sperm fusing with the egg. So now the diploid cell, the zygote, has 46 chromosomes again. How does that zygote grow to become a new adult human? Well, it's going to grow by mitosis. The cells divide by mitosis. They differentiate. They become different types of cells to form the different organ systems of the organism, and those cells specialize. They have specialized functions to do all the different jobs in the body. All right, so I'm going to leave that video now, and then we're going to look, I'm going to switch the video off, and then we're going to look at where mitosis occurs in the life cycle of plants and animals. Nice photos and things to have a look at.